Let's go, yeah. All out of state, so the man they never seen that. Ain't fat, Joe, and snap your fingers, then you lean back. All out of state, so the man they never seen that. Ain't fat, Joe, and snap your fingers, then you lean back.
Bula, and welcome back to Viti Vibes, the show where inspired youth inspire youth. I'm your host, Shannon Pramal. We want our viewers to know that your involvement is highly encouraged, so please keep the comments, suggestions, and feedback coming so we can make future episodes even better. Not only this, but as a youth-led show, we want to let you all know that opportunities for Fijian youth to be on our show and on our team is available. So stay tuned to the end of the show to find out how. Did you know that this past May 14th was actually Indian Arrival Day to Fiji, or otherwise known as Gurmit Remembrance Day? On this day back in 1879, one of the first ships carrying Indian indentured laborers arrived to Fiji. These laborers, whom were brought from India, were contracted to work in plantations in Fiji, and for years had suffered through torture and mistreatment. Some few years after, once laborers were given the choice to return to India, were actually unable to do so because many of them lacked the financial means of being able to return to their homes. And this is why Fiji has a large population of people whose ancestry traces back to India. I say this to serve as a reminder to some of you at home about your ancestral roots and history to the South Pacific. This day allows us to reflect on our ancestors' struggles and to reflect on how their experiences have led us to where many of us are today. With that being said, I'd like to hand it off to Ashna Kumar to talk more about a unique employment opportunity that is available to youth aged 15 to 30 in Canada.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashton Kumar and I'm a career coach with Douglas College Training Group, and I'm here to share some exciting information about an upcoming paid youth employment program called SEED. Our SEED Youth Employment Program is for individuals who are looking to gain employment, gain tools, gain skills, for individuals between the ages of 15 and 30. And this is a 6-week paid online training program with me, yours truly, Ashton Kumar. And once you are completed the 6 weeks, we do support you in work placement to gain that, again, that long-term employment skills. And so if you know this is the program for you, you have been an individual struggling to find employment, you're hungry to find full-time employment, please reach out to us at seedyouth@douglascollege.ca, or feel free to give me a call if you have any questions at 604-218-0768. The program does start May 31st, and as mentioned, it is all online, so you don't even have to leave your house for the 6 weeks to attend the training, as long as you're able to commit to the program, which will run from Monday to Friday, 9 to 3. Any more information? Give me a call, send me an email, and I'll get back to you right away. We're holding information sessions for anyone else who is interested to gain more information about the program on Tuesdays and Thursdays via Zoom at 10 a.m. So again, if you have any questions, definitely send us an email or give us a call, and we will send you the link to join us on Tuesday and Thursday. And hopefully we could provide you with more information to kickstart your journey. And the main question we get is, what's the catch? There is no catch. Just be hungry for employment and you're looking for support. Give us a call. We are here for you. Again, thank you so much. I hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you, Ashna. Up next, it is my pleasure to introduce to you our special guest for this episode, Michael Prasad. Michael and I have a conversation talking about the Fijian community, COVID, mental health, and his book, so please have a look. Hello and welcome back to Viti Vibes. I'm your host, Shannon Pramal. Today it's my pleasure to introduce to you our special guest for episode 3, Michael Prasad. So welcome, Michael, to our show.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. So Michael, you and I have known each other for quite some time.
Yeah.
So you're no unfamiliar face here for me.
Yeah.
But for our viewers, yes, Michael's first time here on the show.
Hello.
So Michael, actually I want to kind of put you on the spot because
Sure.
I know you and I have known each other for quite some time.
Yeah.
So I want to know, do you remember how we first met?
Probably not.
No?
Oh, maybe. Maybe at the Miss Fiji Canada committee.
Miss Fiji Canada.
Yeah.
Close. It was actually, do you remember dance practice? Like, the first time I met Michael was, I was teaching him Fiji and Mekke dance. It was for Miss Fiji Canada dance company. But yeah, the first time I met you, I was teaching you how to dance.
Wow, thank you. I actually don't remember that. That's been a while back.
That was a while back. I've known Michael since 2018, I believe.
There, yeah.
So it's been a while. But Michael, now that the viewers know how I know you, you can introduce yourself to the viewers.
All right. So hello, viewers. My name is Michael Prasad, as you guys have already heard. And I'm 24 years old. I just graduated with my health science degree. Yay! And just like maneuvering my life through this COVID world. Yeah.
That's like, I know
essentially that.
Yeah, COVID's been quite a rough time for everybody.
Yeah.
So actually, I like that you brought that up because you've had a whirlwind of a year with this whole COVID thing. I know a lot of people are stuck at home, but Michael was trying to make a home everywhere. And Michael, I'll let you go ahead and explain what the situation was.
Okay, so 2020 in the winter semester, as we call it in school, so that's between January and April. I went to Kamloops, where I actually went to go study at Thompson Rivers University. And then with the pandemic hitting in March, everything shut down. And then I had to be forced to come back home. And so everybody was going home. There was a lot of uncertainty of what was happening at that time. And we're like, it's just a virus. It's okay, like take a flu shot or do whatever. So we did not know how big of an impact this would be. And then came back here to Vancouver and then moved to Toronto in the middle of a pandemic in August. August 1st was my moving date. And then it was great. I loved it there, and then everything shut down there. And I was forced to move back. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And
you told me the story, and I couldn't believe it. This was happening.
Yeah, it was nuts. I lived in downtown at that time, and it was a ghost town. And I've never seen downtown Toronto be a ghost town. And it was just it was a shock, you know?
Yeah.
And now I think they're still in lockdown.
Yeah.
Still.
And you had to make the move back here now.
Yeah.
And you're kind of stuck here too, lockdown again, right?
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Canada basically, we still have very strict restrictions on social gathering and travel. Obviously, the non-essential travel is not allowed at this point in time. So that's kind of the context behind that.
Right.
But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That you had to go through all that. And then
all of that just to be back here again for the second time.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, so basically, since the beginning of this pandemic, what do you miss most?
I miss the community gatherings, actually. I miss the Fijian community here in Vancouver, to be very specific. It's so big, and it's so close at the same time. It's very tight-knit. Everybody knows each other, I feel like, one way or another. If you know one person, then that person will know somebody else. And just community events and banquet hall parties.
Everyone's related one way or another.
Everybody's related.
Or like someone's friend's dog.
Somebody knows somebody somehow.
Honestly.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I want to ask, so since this pandemic has happened, obviously, it's taken a toll on everybody one way or another, right? So I want to ask you, obviously with all that happening, you moving back and forth and being in lockdown, being in quarantine, all that, how has that affected you?
Well, I'm not going to lie here. It was hard. It was actually very hard. I think with isolation too, and I was living by myself in Toronto, which was fine. I did have roommates there. And then coming back, it was just a lot to handle. But I feel like I'm really good at just maneuvering through the waves of life and, the hardship of COVID now.
Yeah.
So it was, I can't really say that it was like, oh, good and dandy, and it was, I had a great time. It was like, no, it was hard. It had its difficulties.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, though. Not the hardships, obviously, but maneuvering through everything and finding solutions.
Yeah.
But I think it was really difficult, especially with provincial guidelines of telling you what to do, what not to do, especially a lot of contradictory information.
Yeah, it becomes difficult, yeah.
Yeah, especially in BC here, they say you can go outside, but you shouldn't go outside. But you can have a gathering, but you shouldn't have a gathering. So things like that, a lot of confusion.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people can relate, especially the ones living here in British Columbia, Canada.
Yeah.
They know exactly what we're talking about right now. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
So basically, since this pandemic has started, you've been back and forth, but now you're home.
Yeah.
Here.
Back home.
Yeah, back
Yeah.
home. So what have you been doing to keep yourself busy?
Sleeping.
Really?
A lot of sleeping. I've been trying to actually get into like more artistic endeavors. You know, painting and something just to keep myself busy.
Yeah.
Usually, how it was before, it was that I had school and there was work and whatnot, and now everything has come to a full stop.
Yeah, honestly.
You know, the education has been completed. Work, I'm still trying to find one now.
Yeah.
As of this current moment. But the job market is like so tough right now also.
Honestly, yeah.
Especially with COVID. But I feel like within the next month, things will be opening up. There will be positions available across a spectrum of industries. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's great. So I know one thing that you have been doing to keep yourself busy, because I know it entertains a lot of us here, the people that follow you on either Instagram, TikTok. I see it on Instagram because you post it on there, but your relatable Fijian household TikToks.
Yeah.
So I know you've been keeping yourself busy that way.
Yeah.
So I have kind of a few questions for you. They're kind of rapid fire.
Sure.
Okay.
Go.
So this is just to like let the viewers know a little bit more about what kind of Fijian you are, and they can judge you off that. But
Okay, sure.
I'm joking. But yeah. So basically, I have a couple questions. So you ready?
Okay.
What's your favorite Fijian snack?
Bongo.
What is one thing Fijian people do or say that nobody else would understand?
Que se right? Set.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your least favorite cultural dish?
Anything with raisins in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like even halwa and every.
Like gugla
Okay.
with raisins in it.
I'm not a
can't-
fond person of raisins.
I can't do raisins.
Yeah, no. Would you rather dinner dances or staying at home?
Dinner dances.
You and me are the
Yeah.
same. Okay, that's the
Yeah.
last question I had for
Yeah.
him, basically. So that wraps up the absolutely random rapid fire questions that I had for Michael.
Thank you. Thanks.
So basically, I know you and I are so like, we are very social people.
Yeah.
We love going out. Obviously, since COVID has
Yeah.
happened, like, I know we're laughing about it, but it's like, dang, we really miss
Yeah.
being out and about, and we're having such withdrawals, right? And I know a lot of viewers as well, they probably can relate, obviously, being contained in their homes, it's really hard, right?
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, like, how,
Yeah.
like, about the whole dinner dance situation at karaoke at restaurants, seeing
Yeah.
your friends and family, right? I feel like this whole, like, communal gathering thing, like, we miss it so much, but that's
Right.
because, not because, like, aside from the fact that, like, it's a party and everything, like,
Right.
oh, food, drinks, like,
Yeah.
a fun time, right? Like, with your friends and family. But parties are so much more, parties are so much more than
Yeah.
what they actually are in essence, right? Like,
Right.
people miss being around each other. So I want to ask
Right.
you, like, your thoughts on that. Like, why do people miss parties so much or social
I
gatherings?
miss partying, especially in Vancouver with the Fijian community specifically,
Mm-hmm.
because it's really different
Yeah.
compared to going to a club or a pub in, like, let's say Gastown or downtown Vancouver,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because in the banquet hall, like, you get your food, you know, you get your party, you get the type of music that you want,
Mm-hmm.
and that you're really good at dancing with, and you have your community that you can all dance with and
Yeah.
just party it up with.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing, I think,
Mhm.
and I think everybody's feeling that, especially because
Absolutely.
in Surrey, BC, especially,
Mhm.
there's parties every weekend.
Yeah.
Every single weekend.
There's a small but mighty Fijian community here, a population of us.
Yeah.
And, like, whenever there's a dinner dance or, like, a community event or fundraiser, everybody's there.
Everybody's there.
And Michael and I are included in that everybody.
And you would think that, okay, we get tired of partying and dancing. We do.
Yeah, we did.
We do. But then you wait another week, and then we're back there again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have this conversation with everybody whenever we're so tired because Michael and I, we actually, aside from like being friends and everything, we've also been volunteering together.
Right.
We've also been performing together with Miss
Yeah.
Fiji Canada Dance Company. And so we've known each other. We've been out to these gatherings every week. And honestly, like, I was talking to like a lot of other people that were doing, like, organizing these fundraisers. And it's like, oh yeah, like, we were so tired having to do all these things, but then once it actually everything was gone full stop, then
Right.
we kind of like we're like, whoa, what is
Yeah.
our lives now?
Yeah.
What do we do?
Yeah.
It's crazy having to adapt to all these things, but obviously not being able to go out and like socially gather, like
Right.
seeing my friends and family on FaceTime or like Messenger is not the
Yeah.
same.
Nothing beats a human connection. Nothing. Like, in person.
Yeah.
You know, especially with FaceTime and things.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a band-aid over it,
Yeah.
but I think we need to rip it off and really like have everyone together again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that can't happen without everybody taking the appropriate safety precautions
That's
now.
true.
So this is a PSA for that as well.
That's true.
Please do your part, keep safe, stay safe, and sooner or later we'll be back to normal, have some sort of normalcy.
Yeah.
But other than that, I want to ask, like, mental health, obviously, right? It's
Yeah.
been, like, different people are affected different ways, right? So what do you think are some of the ways that, like, social gatherings and not having them can affect your mental health?
Oh, I think social withdrawal is one. I know a lot of people are just feeling the effects of isolation. They just really want to get out. Like, there's an urge just to, like, get out and party or just to meet people. I know some people are increasing their alcohol intake during this time, which I have personally done too at one point. And then it was fun, but then I realized, like, that was all tied in with the partying.
It's
with
a
the
coping
social,
mechanism.
Yeah, with the social gathering. So it's not the same. So then
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm over it, right?
Yeah.
It was just for that block of period of time. And so having the community together and like having that, I think that really makes your brain like fulfilled.
Yeah.
I feel like. And so once you're isolated and all the parties stopped and you can't even go to your family members'
Yeah.
houses, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Especially like how tight knit we are and how, you know, our doors are always open for everybody, and having that closed, not because we want to, but because we're forced to,
Yeah.
it's hard.
It's hard, especially having to adapt and everything.
Right.
That becomes hard, and when you're contained in your home, you're having to learn how to adapt without being able to actually get that help, like one-on-one in person, right? Human
Right.
connections, totally different. But then on top of that, like, we see rates of depression, anxiety, and
Right.
domestic abuse,
Right.
and like all go up at this point in time. So it's really like people want to be out because like a lot of people, like, different places or institutions are they safe zones, right?
Right.
So, like, that's definitely a big point. Like, mental health and social gatherings can
Right.
kind of go hand in hand, too, right? They're, like, correlated in one way or another. But, yeah, so with that being said, I want to, last but not least, touch on this book.
Oh,
Because
yes.
Michael is a man of many hats. He's a comedian, he is a character, he's a dancer, he does everything, he's entertaining.
Yeah.
But he's also a published author, self-published author, of his poetry book titled Bow and Arrow. So, Michael, I'll let you
Thank you.
talk more about that.
Yeah, so I actually got a copy here. So this is my book. It's called Bow and Arrow. It is a poetry book, actually, and I feel like it encompasses all the aspects of myself. There are 6 parts to it, and then there's 3 bonus parts. So it starts from the soul, and then goes to your heart, and then your lungs, and your mind, and then your body, and then the world. And so each section is dedicated for a different purpose, and so yeah, it's for a different purpose, and you have to go through the motions of everything. So I feel like since I am a person of many hats, I was told over and over again that it should be like one coherent piece. Like a lot of poetry books are about heartbreak, some are about depression, anxiety, but I said like I can't do that. So this book is everything. I
Yeah.
feel like it's very well-rounded
Yes.
of who I am, and I put it in this.
I'm glad you said that because I was going to say myself, like, this book, I have a copy too, so you should probably get yours as well. But this book is very much you in, like, a piece of work.
Yeah.
Like, Michael is very bold, he's very unfiltered, very entertaining, so many things. But, like, this book really encompasses all of that, like, all your crazy thoughts, like,
Yeah.
and all of your humor,
Yeah.
and, like, then all of your, like, thoughts related to, like, mental health and all these
Right.
other things, right? So each book goes chapter by chapter, section by section.
Yeah, yeah.
More say. But yeah, so where can viewers get the book if they would
So
like
you
to?
can grab a copy on Amazon. It's available on Amazon Prime. Worldwide, you can get it in the States, in Canada. I believe there's like different countries. Wherever Amazon is available to you, you can grab yourself a copy there.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Michael. Do you have any
Thank you,
last words for
Shannon.
the viewers?
Stay safe, and I just hope I get to see you all sometime soon.
Yeah, I hope we get to go back to normalcy and I
Yeah.
get to hang out with you,
Yeah.
go to these social gatherings that we love so much.
Yeah.
But until then, as he said, stay safe and stay healthy. This is Michael Prasad, and you can get his self-published poetry book, Bow and Arrow, and that is on Amazon. And yeah, thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you very much for
Yeah,
having
so the trailer for Bow and Arrow is right here.
Bow and Arrow, a poetry book, a symbol of strength and bravery.
Each section is dedicated to something: for the soul, for the heart, for the mind, for the lungs, for the body, for this world. Each has a dedication because life is meaningless without purpose. There is a story of my life that I am ready to share with the world. O Nanak, I sacrificed my own head to walk onto your path, and you made me your own. That place is calm and surreal, timeless. There are no words to describe that place. Always be ready to walk alone. No one is here forever, not you, not me, nor the sun or this world we walk upon. O reader, make a cup of chai, grab some biscuits, and let your mind, body, and soul feel. Bow and Arrow, available on Amazon.
Thank you, Michael, for joining me this week. And if you haven't gotten yourself a copy of his poetry book, Bow and Arrow, you can get it off Amazon. Now, last but not least, we have our mental mindset segment with our lovely host, Tasha Chan, who'll be talking more about anxiety. So please have a look.
Hi everyone, welcome to Mental Mindset. I'm Tasha Chand, a neuropsychology student and mental health advocate, here to talk to you today about anxiety and to discuss normal anxiety versus anxiety disorders. Now, first, what is anxiety? Well, essentially, anxiety is the feeling of worry or fear. The amygdala and hippocampus are the two main parts in the brain that play a role in anxiety. Now, everyone has or will experience anxiety at some point in their life. It's normal to go through anxiety in a stressful, traumatic, or important situation. Taking exams is actually one of the most common times an individual experiences anxiety. And as much as anxiety stems from our mind, it very much can have physical effects, such as stomach aches, headaches, and an increase in heart rate. In some cases, people also experience an anxiety attack. Now, an anxiety attack happens when that individual is very overwhelmed by the situation, by what's going on, and their emotions and thoughts and feelings. So their anxiety levels start to increase. It gets harder and harder to breathe and to control your emotions and your thoughts. It feels like the room is closing in on you, and in that very moment, it feels like my body is shutting down, game over. So what's happening is you're freaking out from freaking out, essentially. And it's this cycle that's going to continue to happen until you recognize your triggers and how to control them. On the other hand, there's anxiety disorders. Now, this is when that anxious feeling, it doesn't go away after a little bit. And generalized anxiety disorder being one of them is classified as constant and persistent anxiety over everyday routines. Now, some coping mechanisms for more mild cases of anxiety include journaling. Journaling is a great way to lay down your thoughts, your feelings, but also your triggers, to identify your triggers, so what causes you your anxiety, and to write down what you will do to combat it. Meditation is also another great way. 15 to 20 minutes a day can really make a difference for you to focus on the present, not worry about what happened in the past, not worry about what's gonna happen in the future, but to just focus and to relax and calm your mind. Now, other approaches, and this is more for anxiety disorders, you can also go to therapy if you are struggling with mild cases of anxiety. However, therapy is very helpful for anyone battling with an anxiety disorder, in specific behavioral therapy. So a professional can cater, those approaches to your needs and wants. So battling anxiety, it's not easy, and it's something that's not going to go away overnight. So if you are trying and you're not getting the results that you've been wanting, don't get discouraged. It's trial and error. Try to see what works for you. There are many options, many treatments out there. So see what works for you. I hope you are all keeping well physically and mentally. Thank you for joining me on this week's Mental Mindset, and I will see you next time.
That wraps up our show for today, but I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did bringing it to you. Remember that this show is yours too, so please feel free to let us know your comments, feedback, and suggestions you may have for future episodes. Not only that, but if you or anyone you know would like to be on our show, then please give us a call at 778-709-2853 or email us at vitivibestv@gmail.com. If you have any events or information that targets or invites Fijian youth, then please feel free to let us know about that as well. We'd be more than happy to share it for our audience. For sponsorship inquiries, you could also call or email us. Remember, you can catch our show every Thursday at 10 p.m. and the reruns on Sundays at 4:30 p.m., which is right after our other show, Fiji in Focus. For those of you who aren't able to tune in to the show on your television, you're able to check it out on Shaw Multicultural Program's YouTube channel. Be sure to share the videos with your family and friends, and also be sure to like and follow our Instagram and Facebook page, which is at Viti Vibes TV. I look forward to having you all tune in next week. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. I'm your host, Shannon Pramal, signing off. Vanaka.
Let's go, yeah. All out of state, doing the thing they never seen that. Ain't fat, Joe, and slap your fingers, then you lean back. All out of state, doing the thing they never seen that. Ain't fat, Joe, and slap your